What is up, everyone? Today is November 9th, day when Central Dispatch made a mandate on new search. The search that most of the carriers, most of the users and dispatchers didn't like for a few reasons. The main reason, I believe, is the fact that Central Dispatch didn't consider the opinions of the user. They made a survey for last almost a year about the new search. They tried to implement it and tried to push it in, but I don't think most of the users liked it, and I don't know what was the result of the survey. Obviously, no one will know. Only Central Dispatch can show us if they will the result of the survey. But I see a lot of negativity around that. I see a lot of curious dispatchers not being happy and trying to call Central Dispatch, trying to annoy them, send them email, let them know they don't like it. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm focusing on more positive sides of the same thing, and I'm trying to find a bright sides, and I actually find few benefits that I like in a new search, and I want to share them all with you guys today in this video. So let's start, so let's go to the Central Dispatch main page. You can see today is November 9th again, first day of the mandatory new search, and they experience high call volumes, which increase wait time, meaning that probably a lot of carriers calling them with complaints or with the questions about new search. Not sure. So let's go deep into the search. And first, few things that you can see immediately is the interface changed totally. So colors, design, even the allocation of the certain aspects, like let's say the price was used to be on a right corner, now it's in a left corner. The load ID, you have to open the full load and get it from the bottom. It's kind of different, but it's not like crucial. I still kind of like it. I actually made a list of bullets 8 points that I like about the new search, and let me go one by one about each of them. The first one is a live search. So, meaning you have a search bar on the left side and you have the results on the right side of the page immediately. So you don't have to go back and forth. So you kind of live searching. Let's say you're searching the cars from California. That one downside of this thing is you have to give it a few seconds for it to download an entire page because it's, I believe, a big amount of information for one page and it just has to digest it. And it goes to Illinois, right? Destination. So we have two after filters, which we just put the origin and destination states. They're considered as filters. And we have 65 results. And the live search is, you see, I mean, you can literally add any cities or any states in a destination or the origin part, and it'll kind of refresh it right away. Like you don't have to go in the previous page, do a new search, open a new page. The second thing is a simultaneous few cities search, meaning let's say we're moving the cars from California, but we want to focus on Southern California area. We want to focus on Los Angeles area. So let's type in Los Angeles, California. And we're giving it a few more seconds to digest the information and to bring it up. So we're deleting state of California. And right now we shrink the search from an entire state of California to Los Angeles. And it still goes to Illinois, right? So we had 60 something, 65 results before, and now we have 17. But we have a few more cities on our way to go through, right? We have Las Vegas if you go through Highway 15. We have Denver if you go through Colorado. We have Salt Lake City if you go to Highway 80. Or we have Phoenix, Arizona if you go another way through the south part of the country. So let's say you go through Las Vegas, right? So we can do Las Vegas, Nevada, and it'll show us the search radius of both cities. When in an older search, you had to go to two different pages, do Los Angeles and separate page, do Las Vegas and another page, which was kind of inconvenient. I don't say it's like super big difference, but still having it all in the same page gives you an advantage. Next thing is the 75 miles radius add up. So on an old search, you could have searched the radius of every city for 25 miles, 50 miles, and 100 miles. And a few times I had a thought that it would be very convenient if I would have 75-mile radius, because 100-mile radius sometimes gets me too much that I don't need, and 50 miles is not getting enough where I need to search. So 75 miles is not a big difference maker here, but still, it is something that you can consider as a benefit and a plus of the new search. And next one is search along the route option. So let's say we're going from Los Angeles, California to Chicago, Illinois, and we have to look all the options that we have on our way from point A to point B. Here, if you don't know which cities you want to look in between, or you don't want to put a lot of information in origin and destination, you just click search along the route button, and it gives you all the options that you have in between California and, I mean, in between Los Angeles and Chicago. So since we have too much of our options here, 186, the best way to shrink it would be to filter it by the price. So we can do $1,000 minimum price for this route, so we can have more or less competitive pricing, competitively priced loads. Now we have 21 loads in total. And it shows me, let's say, the loads that are coming from different states. Let's say it's coming from California to Colorado, right? It's still on your way, and it shows you as an option. Then it shows California to Idaho or whatever. Let's see, it's coming like original location changes. It shows Nevada to Illinois here. So it gives you more or less of options to choose on your route. Or if you don't like that option and you want to make it manually, you have an option as we previously observed, simultaneously few city radius search, which makes it more of a specific of your certain route that you drive. The next one is reverse route option, which is very tiny and small, but very important function to have. It just gives you an ability to reverse routes in a second. You don't have to go to a new search again, type in new cities. If you do a certain route or round trips from California to Chicago and back from Chicago back to Los Angeles, then it's you're making your life much easier. So you just click one button, reverse route, and it gives you an options from Chicago to California. Let's go to the right hand side and find some benefits on this part of the page. The first thing that I mentioned is Google Map integration. So you can click a region or destination and it gets you to Google Map. When it used to be MapQuest, it was super slow, it was not working properly, it gives you wrong destinations, wrong locations. On Google Map is Google Map.
God damn it, Gump! You're a goddamn genius. That's the most outstanding answer I've ever heard. You must have a goddamn IQ of 160. You are goddamn gifted, Private Gump.
The next thing is price check option. It's a simple option where you can go and check the competitive prices paid for the same type of move. They're usually the same type of vehicles, SUVs from same area, Chicago to Los Angeles, and it shows you the prices and price per mile for the loads that were moved recently. And if you're new for a certain routes, you're new for the industry, or you're not sure what's the correct price, this kind of gives you an idea I don't say it is a solution for everything, but at least it gives you an option. You can see this car is posted for $1,000. It is an SUV, Jeep Wrangler, and you can go and compare the previous prices, and it shows you that SUVs for this routes were moved for 1100, for 1050, for 1000, for 950, for 900, and it was accepted by carriers. And you can use this information and base your decision of booking or not booking the load. And the last part I want to show you today is a work list, which is for me probably one of the most significant changes uh, comparing to the older search, regardless if it's desktop or mobile search. On older version of Central Dispatch, you had to check mark every load that you liked, then you kind of separate them and you see them and you had to take a picture of it, which I used to do on a phone, or back in the days I used to print them through the printer so I can have them in front of me. But this new search gives you an ability to keep them regardless if you're refreshing the page or you want to add more to that work list. So let me go through it and show it to you. Let's say you like certain loads like this and you're adding them to your work list. Let's say we add 3 random cars and then we go to a work list. You see I already have a few one here and you can remove them by the same click of the mouse or add them again, just going back to listing and adding more. This load already been removed. You see that's because someone already booked this load while we were recording the video. So we can remove it. Now we have 3 cars that I know that I'm interested in, that I know that I'm working on, that I know that I'm negotiating with the brokers about these loads, and I can refresh it zillion times and it's still here. This is the major thing that they added to new search. To finalize my video, I want to share my opinion about the new search. A lot of carriers and dispatchers are not happy with the new search. And I see the reason why. Because everything what's new, it pushes you out of your comfort zone. You have to stretch your brain, you have to think and readjust your brain and find a new ways, new solutions because you get used to what was an old search. You know how to find it quicker, you know how to book the loads quick, and now you have to spend extra energy to readjust, right? Instead of being negative and complaining about new search, I prefer to stay focused on benefits that help me to improve my dispatching job. And I just shared all of them to you. If you have more that I missed, or if you're not happy with certain things and you want me to cover that topics, or if you don't agree with me and you think Central Dispatch sucks, or you have any other opinion, comment below so we can discuss it in the next video.